y'all got to pay up to see Keyshawn Davis fight.
I'm salty as hell, man. Keyshawn Davis turned on that action. But here's what y'all gotta understand, man. There's no fear there. He's been bamboozled. He had $3 million on the table. He blew that. It turned to 2.1. He turned his head, man. Decided to walk away. I get it, but I'm pissed off.
Yesterday, Keyshawn Davis withdraws his WBO ranking to fight Devin Haney next in October. We have Shakur Stevenson on Twitter talking about he wants that fight next. Make sure you guys withdraw your title, let go of your title, and we can fight. All this back and forth with Shakur Stevenson, Keyshawn Davis, and Devin Haney. Devo Dev. He's really starting to live up to his name, man. But
stay on your word, Bill. I know it's about to happen on this purse bid tomorrow. Stay on your word.
When you turn down $3 million because you believe you deserve more, you better be absolutely certain your numbers are right. But in a decision that has sent shockwaves throughout the entire combat sports world, one of boxing's loudest and most outspoken rising stars has just learned one of the harshest lessons imaginable about leverage, influence, negotiating power, and the cold, unforgiving reality of the fight business.
Should have went with TakeOver Promotions, man.
Yeah, you put in a bid.
I put in a bid what I felt like the fight was worth, man. You know, but overall, I think that that's insane to me. You know, I think maybe something with his legal team and all that, but with Keyshawn Davis' side. But this doesn't look good on him on that part. Maybe they have another deal somewhere else, though. Maybe that's why. So, you know, but asking for, I think it was just for too much money. Too much money. You gotta prove it, though. You know.
Yeah. Do you think it was a duck move?
Well, there's so many ways we can look at it, right? But I think so. Once it gets to purse bid, if you pull out, that is a duck move because, I mean, you basically are letting whoever wants to bid on it take the fight. So you're basically saying yes, and then that happens. So,
all right.
Which I've never seen Top Rank bid that high in my entire career, in all my years.
Really?
Yeah, I never seen them bid that high. They never put a purse bid of that much. It's always been a 2.1 mark.
Do you think they did that because they were trying to get Keyshawn closer to that $3 million?
No.
Keyshawn Davis, a fighter who built his entire personal brand around being a brilliant negotiator, rejected the biggest payday of his career for a showdown with Devin Haney, only to watch that massive paycheck shrink by nearly $1 million before the entire deal ultimately collapsed, leaving him walking away with absolutely nothing at all.
Where he was reporting on this Keyshawn Davis duck of Devin Haney, because that's exactly what the fuck it is, bro. Give a damn what nobody say. And y'all know I don't even like Devin Haney or Bill Haney or nobody that fuck with him. They got a channel pretty much, bro. But we tell the truth over here, and that's a duck. I don't know how you could even say anything other than that. If you just saying anything else, you can't keep it real, bro. Like, this is the definition of a duck. The difference between me and them is Devin Haney did the exact same thing to Tank Davis, and they won't admit it. But that's another conversation. Let's stick on this one. Keyshawn Davis, according to Lance Pugmire, said the purse that he was going to get for Devin Haney was embarrassingly low, according to somebody in his camp that Lance Pugmire talked to. How is the highest purse of your career embarrassingly low? Embarrassingly low, I should say. Shit's trash, bro. Boxing is trash. All these B-side fighters, bro. And I've been telling y'all this for a long time. This is the effect of Turkey. B-side ass fighters thinking they have a leg to stand on when they should be jumping at the opportunity. Devin Haney thinking he got a leg to stand on with Tank Davis when he should have jumped at the opportunity. Keyshawn Davis thinking he got a leg to stand on with Devin Haney when he should fucking jump at the opportunity, bro. Now you look goofy and stupid. I'm not trying to hear shit from Keyshawn. If he fight, I'll watch him fight. If he talk, I'm shitting on everything he say. Cause he a coward, a fraud, and he ducked his smoke, man.
The drama reached a boiling point when the WBO title purse bid officially opened, and Top Rank stepped up with a massive $8.55 million winning offer, completely blowing away the competition. Because Haney held the championship belt, the sanctioning rules dictated a 75-25 split in his favor. That meant Haney was set to collect a staggering $6.4 million, while Keyshawn was left with just over $2.1 million. To an average person, earning more than $2 million for one fight would sound like an absolute dream come true. But inside Keyshawn's camp, that number apparently felt like a complete slap in the face, especially considering the stakes and attention surrounding the matchup. Instead of celebrating the enormous payday, the situation quickly became a major source of frustration, with questions about whether the deal was worth accepting at all. And according to the growing criticism surrounding the situation, this has to be one of the most diabolical ducks ever seen.
Ever witnessed, gang. Like, bruh. I couldn't believe. Here, let me just give you guys the news from Mike Coppinger. He said that Ring Magazine has been notified of this duck. Brother, let me read this off to you. It says, Keyshawn Davis's team has formally informed the WBO that he will not move forward with challenging Devin Haney for his welterweight title, according to a letter obtained by Ring Magazine. Davis was set to earn $2.13 million following Thursday's purse bid that was won by Top Rank. I had to get this post before I made this video because the first thing I saw was this X post from Bill Haney.
Here is where the situation transforms from a bad business decision into an absolute fiasco. But before the purse bid even took place, Top Rank had already offered Keyshawn a guaranteed $3 million flat fee to take the fight directly. Keyshawn rejected that offer, convinced that forcing the purse bid would drive the numbers even higher and give him maximum leverage during negotiations. Instead, that gamble backfired in spectacular fashion. By turning down the initial offer, he effectively watched nearly $900,000 disappear overnight, proving that chasing internet hype, public attention, and online clout does not always translate into more money on the actual contract. In the end, the strategy that was supposed to strengthen his negotiating position may have done the exact opposite, turning what looked like a bold business move into a costly mistake that left his camp facing a much smaller payday than the one they had originally been guaranteed.
If everybody who's making all of these smart comments and whatnot, talking about a good business deals and all of the above, you know, Brian Norman, I believe he received 3.5 to fight Devin Haney. But y'all telling me that Brian Norman should get more money than Keyshawn Davis? You think that the Brian Norman fight was a bigger fight than Keyshawn versus Devin Haney? Now, the business around these things, the leverage that when it comes to the belt, I believe we're at a stage right now in boxing where everybody knows, you know, the leverage is star power. Is the reason why Barbosa didn't get paid as much as Ryan Garcia, even though he was he had the belt. We're talking about star power.
Barbosa.
You know? Who did Ryan Garcia just fight for the belt?
Holy Romero. My bad. You're talking about
Barrios.
Mario Barrios.
Yes. You know, there's a reason why Ryan Garcia got the most. Even though he was the challenger, he still got paid more. Now, anybody who is saying that Brian Norman was a bigger star and he deserved more money for the fight against Devin Haney than Keyshawn did, you're not having a genuine conversation. You're not having a genuine conversation. That fight right there, this fight right here against Keyshawn versus Devin Haney is not a 2-point.
The boxing world was left stunned, and prominent analyst Showbiz could not hold back his complete disbelief over what had unfolded. Speaking bluntly on his channel, he made his feelings crystal clear, saying, "Ain't no way, gang. This has to be the most diabolical duck I've ever witnessed in my entire life." His reaction quickly captured the disbelief spreading throughout the boxing community, as fans and analysts struggled to understand how the situation had reached such an extreme point.
It's like Canelo Benavidez. It may be bigger than that because Canelo has consistently said for many different reasons, there was a new reason all the time on why he wouldn't fight David Benavidez. He never said he would fight him though. Keyshawn, on the other hand, said this.
You know what happened to Debo at the end of the movie? He got hit with a brick.
And my brother, Jay Prince, he said that he had a double-barrel shotgun.
I got two double-barrel shotguns, you know what I mean, on both ends, and I got them blocked in, so they gotta see me one way or the other.
Who would have known it was shooting blanks?
Bruh, the one thing about Keyshawn Davis that I can rest my hat on is that he'll fight. That's one thing he would fight. I need to know what happened here. There must have been something major that happened here. Something gigantic. And if that's the case, then okay, brother. But as of right now, this is a diabolical duck. And I'm just waiting to hear what Keyshawn Davis has to say. Because
multi-division champion Claressa Shields delivered an equally harsh reality check on Fight Hype, cutting straight through all the excuses with 4 simple words: should have took the money. From her perspective as an accomplished fighter who understands the brutal grind of this sport, turning down guaranteed, life-changing wealth because of ego is a cardinal sin. Shields pointed out that when a multi-million-dollar check is sitting on the table for a high-profile title fight, you sign the contract, step into the ring, and prove your worth with your fists. You cannot keep playing pricing games when the numbers are already there and expect everything to work in your favor. Instead of pushing for more money, the situation spiraled completely out of control. Things went from bad to worse just hours later when Ring Magazine broke the news that Keyshawn's team had officially notified the WBO that he was withdrawing from the fight entirely. After spending months calling Devin Haney out across social media, posting viral videos, and promising to expose him inside the ring, Keyshawn completely pulled the plug the moment the financial numbers failed to meet his expectations. As boxing journalist Sean Ziddle noted while reflecting on the bizarre turn of events, Keyshawn having the businessman as his nickname has become one of the worst and most ironic titles in boxing right now.
Davis, he deserves to get taken to the woodshed because it's super fucking annoying to watch this unfold. It's contradictory. It makes very little sense if your objective is to fight. Because I was told that fighters fight. And as long as I've been in this business, that's one of those tried and true idioms. That's one of those things that is in the foundation of every conversation when it boils down. There's a lot of ways to duck a fight. There's a lot of excuses you can put forward. One of them is to price yourself out of a fight. You know, another one of them is to miss weight by so many pounds that you just couldn't possibly justify putting a fight on. There are multiple ways for a boxer who doesn't want to fight to get out of a competition. And so we've seen both of those things now, it appears, from Keyshawn Davis. And then on top of that, one way to get out of a fight is to be a felon. Let's just start fighting outside of the ring. Let's make it difficult to get you in the ring because maybe you got court dates, or maybe we can't get insurance for you, or maybe you're just not marketable because you're a loose cannon and you could possibly turn this lobby or this basement into a melee. There's all kind of ways you can keep yourself out of the ring. The difference is back in the day when you would do those things, you were out of the ring, and that meant you were out of the conversation. That meant that you had no recourse. That when people are talking about the brand being damaged and Keyshawn is really put himself the bad businessman. He's out a businessman. That's not the model.
This entire situation highlights a troubling trend in modern prize fighting, where social media numbers are increasingly being confused with genuine fight market value. Too many young contenders spend hours building digital brands, winning arguments on X, collecting followers, and convincing themselves that online popularity automatically equals championship leverage inside the boxing business. As fight analyst Raheem pointed out during the fallout, fighters are not really focused on fighting right now. Instead, they are focused on winning arguments, generating attention, and keeping their names constantly in the conversation. Devin Haney, who is often mocked and criticized online, has quietly built a reputation for accepting difficult and dangerous assignments regardless of the circumstances or financial terms involved. When Haney called Keyshawn's bluff and accepted the purse bid parameters without backing down, the entire strategy was suddenly exposed for everyone to see. What was supposed to create maximum leverage instead revealed the limits of Keyshawn's negotiating position, leaving the challenger with very little ground left to stand on and no easy way to explain why the fight ultimately fell apart.
This fight game with the old school mentality. He took
this
the
whole
short
scenario,
money.
Debo was a joke to people at first. Now they're legitimately saying he's Debo Devin Haney. That is what this PR war, in addition to actually getting in the ring with a dangerous athletic puncher and Brian Norman, who now people are shitting on like he wasn't a threat, but he was. That's why it was 50-50 at the books. That's why he came off a knockout of the year. Oh, Jin Sasaki sucks. Jin Sasaki was ranked in the top 5 or 6 at welterweight by the ring. And so was Santillan, who he also knocked out. So in addition to what he did last November in the ring, this PR war he's winning outside the ring has actually made him Debo Devin Haney.
And he and Devin Haney has both sides covered. Bill is a great talker and actually a good businessman. Devin is a damn good, he's a hell of a fighter. Devin is a hell of a fighter. And he approached this fight game with the throwback mentality before the Ring Magazine era. He was the last of them to really be like, you know what?
Well,
I'll take the short money. I take the travel. I take the rematch, mandatory rematch clause, all these things. I'll take the Lomachenko fight, regardless of what you think about how that decision came down. He took that fight. Like, he has established himself as that guy. And now, what does Keyshawn say? They're chasing me. They're chasing me. I would be embarrassed to say they're chasing me.
Where does this leave both fighters moving forward? Haney walks away from this situation looking more and more like the undisputed boogeyman of the entire weight class. A fighter considered so dangerous and economically difficult to deal with that opponents are apparently willing to turn down millions of dollars rather than step inside the squared circle with him. His reputation as a serious throwback competitor only continues to grow stronger while everyone else is left scrambling to explain their decisions and find excuses for why they could not make the matchup happen. Haney still holds the cards, controls the situation, and remains in a powerful position, patiently waiting for the next challenger who is willing to stop talking, sign the contract, step into the ring, and finally back up all that trash talk with an actual signature.
Tell Jay to give me a call. Listen, and you listen, just like you did.
He's trying to be quick. He's trying to hurry up and get off.
Hold on, Bill. Shakur just asked. He said, "Are y'all interested in fighting him? Y'all interested in fighting him?"
Hey, listen, we've been negotiating with him for the longest, man. He could knock it off, man. You know what he did? He sent his boy. Listen.
That's Cap. That's Cap. I ain't say nobody. I ain't say nobody. That's Cap.
All right, well, say he don't want to let me talk anyway.
Hold on. Let him talk. Go ahead, Bill. Say what you got to say. Go ahead, Bill.
Tell him to say facts when he talk. Don't just talk.
Don't miss my flight, man.
Damn. Oh, man. I'm about to have the moment.
Yo, Najee. Is the energy different?
Nah, I can't say he on the flight though. I did tell you. I said he probably boarding the flight though. He was on. He is at the airport. I'm
just asking. Is the energy different? I'm just asking. We clearly heard him. He could talk. We heard him. He could talk.
But he was at TSA though. He was going through the. You could see he's about to go through the shit though. So I can't say that. I can't say that.
Stop making up excuses. He been trying to get off the phone from the jump.
Damn, that was gonna scared. That was the one we need to hear that right there. That was what we need to hear, man. Oh my God. Oh man,
I already told you I'm ready though, man. I'm ready. Whenever they ready, I'm ready. If they don't want to fight, they don't want to fight. It's okay. I'm gonna be okay regardless. So, however they want to maneuver, I'm cool with it.
So do you feel like it could happen, or in your heart you like, it's probably not gonna happen right now?
I mean, I just never seen nobody say, "Oh, we'll fight at 144," and then switch and say, "No, we're gonna fight at 140." I never seen that. Like, I never seen that before. So I'm trying to understand what's going on through their brain at the time. Like, what transpired that was different from my end of.
Keyshawn Davis now faces a massive identity crisis. By pulling out of the fight so publicly, he has alienated sanctioning bodies, frustrated promoters, and lost the respect of fans who expect fighters to actually step into the ring and fight. Instead of walking into a major main event with millions of dollars in the bank and a world title on the line, Keyshawn now has to confront the harsh reality of accepting significantly smaller paychecks against lower-ranked opposition simply to rebuild his reputation, restore his standing, and convince the boxing world that he is still serious about becoming a major player in the sport. What was supposed to be a career-defining opportunity has instead become a major setback, leaving him with the difficult task of rebuilding the credibility and momentum he had worked so hard to establish.
I think the fight could happen.
Yeah.
I don't think the fight is dead. I think that he now needs to save a little face, get a little bit more money than $3 million. I think it actually is in Top Rank and DAZN's best interest to have this fight because, okay, lay out the other options. They're not terrible. I'm not saying that nobody's got any place else to go, but if you could imagine,
make a Frank Martin option. I'm not listing them in order, but option 1, shelf him, fuck him for blowing weight in Virginia and now putting us through this. So, man, shelf him. Option 2, match him with Frank Martin, take it from there. Risk him, walking away without a title fight extension, and then he goes off to Zuffa. Or option 3, talk to DAZN, see if, or Turkey, go to a sugar daddy, see if they'll throw a little something. Go to Keyshawn and go, all right, you want $5 million after Jay Prince takes his 25 or 30%. What if we get you $3 million after that? What if we give you 4 instead of the 6 you want to walk away with 5, and we give you 4 and you walk away with 3? You actually walk away with 3 then. And if this, I guess that's another option. This is also, but real quick, to be fair to Ring though, this isn't something they brought about. Heyman began by overpaying fighters. Eddie Hearn followed him, and now we get into the Turkey Al-Sheikh era. I definitely think Keyshawn, he perceives himself as on the Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson, and even beyond that, maybe Gervonta Davis. Probably not, but in terms of economics. But he perceives himself on their level because he's very talented like they are, but he has accomplished, compared to them, virtually nothing. 1 belt against Denis Berinchyk, but their purses are inflated. But not only are you not worth what they're worth, but they're worth.
And in a sport where credibility is built on courage, taking risks, and proving yourself against the best, turning down your dream opportunity because of a failed financial gamble is a mistake that could continue to follow Keyshawn throughout the rest of his career. A decision like this can leave a lasting mark, especially in boxing, where reputation is built inside the ring and remembered long after the final bell. So, that's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, remember to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and ring that bell icon so you never miss any of our upcoming videos. And don't forget to share your thoughts and opinions in the comments section below. Stay tuned, keep supporting the channel, and we'll catch you in the next video.